Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and on today's video we're going to be talking about G6. Yes, as we can see here, I am Op61. I am now officially, as of the 15th of June, a G6 player. Now, what we're going to look at in this video is we're going to look at all the changes that have happened and all the new stuff that has actually come in. We're not going to do any ship testing or anything like that in this video. It's literally just showing off, showing what you're going to get and some of the hurdles that you will encounter and whether or not to decide whether you are ready to go G6. Here's a tip for you. I wasn't. As I've gone in, it turns out I'm not actually ready for G6, and it's literally one small piece of the game, which is very important, but at the minute is going to be a massive struggle for me. But if you end up liking this video, please smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So G6, brand new area, released in, what was it, November 2023. Brought in new things like hazards, G6 solo armadas, and a whole load of new mission systems and territories. So we'll have a quick look at all that. How are you actually going to get that? We'll have to call some get some screenshots from the live stream and actually put here in the video as well. So G6 is the most up-to-date part of the game. I believe at the time of recording G7 is in preparation, but it's not there yet. But the one thing is what you'll notice when you do enter G6 is the massive change in timers. You are no longer, for the building constructions, looking at construction times of hundreds and hundreds of days. You are now looking at, if you look at the one I've got running at the minute next to it, which is the recruitment hall, no, the academy, I've got just under 2 days left. That was only a couple of days to actually upgrade. But if we actually look here at Dry Dock G, as you can see, this is just literally under 2 days. I believe I've got a couple of exacoms running because I'm trying to get a few things actually done as well. Because if we actually look at the next building, which normally goes in the way of building the R&D, I'm going to need the academy, and I'm also going to need Titanium Vault 61, which is something I'm currently working towards right now. But again, I've still got to go through the pathway. Here we go. That's what that's going. But as well, here is the warehouse for the titanium. Now, one other thing I will point out about these, when these generators actually do hit 61, they actually start producing Sigma resources. Yes, Sigma resources. And so as you can see, with the Partial one, I've got the warehouse up to 60, and I've got generators A, C, and E. Yeah, so I had to do that in my head, because obviously that is a nice line. The next one will be that 58 down at the bottom there, that's highlighted. That can go to 61 as well, giving me 4 generators. Now, looking at the Partial generator, you can see how much Partial it produces per hour. It says that's the production rate per hour. Yeah, it's a little bit more than that, I will just say that. But you're looking like the smaller numbers that we used to see back in the day, because they are still high. Resources are still high priced, but the material costs have dropped significantly as well. But also part of the thing that you will find as well with Sigma is you're going to have new speed ups. But look at this, 1 day speed up, 1.5 million latinum. So this is designed to make you go after packs with multi-millions of latinum in, if you want to do it, or save them up, build them up. And as you can see, I do have some available. I do have some to speed this up, but speeding it up means I'm going to not be able to do certain things, because at the minute I also need to aim for this. Now you can see the requirements for this is going to require me to get the Refinery 60. So I'm working towards Refinery 60. And what I'm going to do is the first thing I'm going to be building out of this thing is the 2 Selkies that I have blueprints for. Now, this is where I've encountered the problem, because when I get to G6, these Novas can't reach it. And then if I wanted to go to a hub system out in G6, unfortunately, I can't get any of my ships out to the neighboring systems unless they have the minimum required warp range, which is currently standing at 900. So sadly, these Novas are going nowhere unless I can get the Discovery up and running. But the only way I can do the Discovery is either going to spend some money on the Prime Valor particles, or work my way through the Alliance tournaments to actually get them, and then be able to do this. What this will do is it will give me the ability to upgrade the Discovery's warp range. At the minute, it currently stands at 266 for me, but I've got the plus 50. But if I go to at least level 3, I can easily go over the 900, which means I can then start summoning out the Novas, and it will start eating into that jump juice of the Discovery. Obviously, at the minute, my Eviscerator is not got the warp range available to actually do it, and neither has my Borg Cube. But then again, I haven't got the jump ability for the Borg Cube. But the one thing is, the Borg Cube doesn't have a summoning ability like the Eviscerator or the Discovery. So just bear them in mind when you actually do go into G6. So if you're doing it free to play, go through the Alliance tournaments, do your tournaments, and spend it on the Prime Valor. You get 5 available to actually do it every time it comes around. But using this is a perfect segue into the research. The only research that's really upgraded is the combat research tree. And if we scroll right across, you'll find all the locked research around here. And how am I going to do that? Well, I need R&D 61, which is something that I am going to see, touch wood, I can actually push through this evening, but I'm not in this video, but I'm not actually expecting to, because you are going to need these for the hazard systems. What I'll do is I'll do a separate video exploring the hazard systems. Like I said, I just want to show all the massive changes to the game that you're going to have. Now, as well, if we jump out of here, what you'll notice with your resource bar at the top corner, there is a little up and down arrow. And if you actually click on that, it will bring back your normal resources as well. So that's something that appears in arenas, where you can toggle that to different displays to show you various different bits of information. Now, the next thing we're going to go looking at is right here, is going to be the dailies, because there are a number of changes to the dailies which kick in straight away. Yes, I've also been out and got a load of missions as well from the G5 set area. So if we actually start scrolling, the first thing you're going to find is the hostile harbinger, and then you're going into the there is the lower one as well, which will pay out. These will pay out G6 uncommon pass, and it will also give you some Sigma speed ups as well. But if you actually look at the description for this harbinger, it says earn 50 points by killing hostiles. So you've got to go out and kill 50 hostiles, or if you kill any ships above level 61, so like the 62, 63, 64s, it will be double the points. So that literally takes your kill rate down to 25. So that's pretty good. And again, here you've got these hazard ones as well, where you've got to fly into the hazard systems and actually kill some hostiles in there. So again, with the harbinger, kill 20 hostiles, or only kill 10 if you're killing above 20 of them. Then you've got mining as well, so you going out mining your materials. Like I say, this is where I've got the problem, so I'm hoping to get to the shipyard so I can build the Selkie. But until then, at the minute, I will not be mining any materials in G6, which is a bit of a bummer. But at the minute, I can offset that by the fact of the event store. A little bit later on in this video, we'll show you it. So you've got Spelunker here, so to mine 84 And then you get some titanium and some survey parts as well. So they'll go towards Maselki. Forgot to show you this as well. These hazard particles, what you're actually going to get. There's various places where you're going to get these. Again, I am going to show you this. And these pay for the research that you are going to have to do in G6. So for those in G5, you know for a fact you've got your research which needs cosmic particles. Well, guess what? G6, you're going to need hazard particles, but there are various places to actually get it. Then, of course, you've got all your faction combats as well. So, as you can see, again, for the champion one, I've got to kill 50 level 61s or 25, 62 and above. So, in faction space. So, again, I'm going to have to start jumping around faction space to actually do these. Because the one thing that has disappeared off this one is actually freebooters. Yeah. It's not going to be often you're going to be going to freebooters unless this thing calls me a liar a little bit further down. So if I am wrong, please do not comment just yet, but we'll find it. So as you can see as well with the faction mining as well. And then, oh no, here we go, Xborg. So yeah, so you can still go do your swarms. Now, whether they actually defeating these, because it does say 58 or higher, these will not do the Federation because the your faction ones, because your faction ones are literally 61 and above. Freebooters do not go above level 60. So is it worth doing the freebooters? Well, realistically, for the export credits, yes it is, and you're still going to get these as well. So realistically, the repair speed ups out of them, yes, absolutely go for. But when it comes to the faction combat, as you can see here, it's pretty much the same, but you're going to be getting Sigma speed ups as well. So say I could go out this evening after recording this and kill these factions, get these speed ups, and that's going to help me progress even further. Now, I think there are a couple more dailies, which I stupidly claimed earlier today. So sadly, we're not going to find them. Now, as well, there is some changes to the away teams as well, because there will be G6 away teams. And if we jump into the store, yep, jump into the away team store, another change. This one here, Sigma gift. Look at this. Guaranteed Pioneer chest, guaranteed planetary charts, same refresh, and Sigma speed ups as well. Not the standard ones. This is pure Sigma. So claiming this as well, as you can see, it says limit 5, so there's 5 days of these to actually collect. All guaranteed. That's going to really help you along as well. Also, you're going to get the bundles for the G6, as you can see here. I've only got access to the uncommons and the Selkie. That is it at the minute. But looking at the cost of these, 560 Pioneers chests for 1, or 5,800 for 3 blueprints. So again, they're going to have the 20 to 22 hour cooldown timer, and then as well you got the Selkie, which is the same cost as what I was paying for the Enterprise D blueprints. So is it worth going after these ones? Realistically, that's particularly your choice whether or not you actually want to go after them. There is no change in these particular chests neither, besides the faction credits has increased. That's about it. Oh, and the reputation. So 1.5 billion. So that's actually quite a bit. So yeah, if you really want to go after them, I mean, the cost's gone up as well. So it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go through them. Right, as for consumables, well, to be perfectly frank, right, yeah, fine, you can get these and they will still provide you some benefit. But given the fact that unless you actually pay for the key to upgrade the Exicon factory above level 51, yeah, there's no point in worrying too much about these anymore. But yeah, I mean, that being said, like I say, you can still use the combat ones. You can still use the utility consumables and the mining ones if you really, really wanted to. But I mean, they would, in a sense, they would help towards the towards reducing the amount of time it takes to do stuff. But at the minute, I don't actually have a G6 away team to show you, which is a bit of a shame, really. So that's the away team side of things. Next up, we'll jump up here to this as well. So in here, we'll start here. If there are any changes in some of the events in here, so if we look at the augment file, again, this one is one that you're going to have to spend money on. But, yeah, okay, so that's not paying out actual resource or anything, boo-hoo. But then again, I'm not paying $100 to actually go for that particular chest. Oh, bloody hell. So you've got events in here. Whether these change to Sigma, I do not know, because at current they have not changed. These have not changed over to Sigma because I'm actively doing them. What will happen next weekend? I don't know. Maybe Sigma will come in, because I can tell you now, Sigma has appeared on the radar in these events. And if we jump into the rules of acquisition, come on, thank you. Click on the solo. And as you can see over there, Sigma Power Steel. Still only getting 2 shards of quark. Boo. But as you can see as well, you're getting some of these tokens as well. And these are 10,000 tokens. So that's nice to have them building up in the background. But again, I can go out and still mine my G5. So this is not too much of an issue for me, mining my G5 to complete this. Or mining my Latinum, mining my resources. Sigma resources do come in this one and actually pay out a little bit more should you actually want to go after them. In fact, they pay out significant more as well. So what the other dailies are going to do, I'm presuming they're going to follow suit. They're going to give you some Sigma in the form of the resources that they actually provide. Moving on to the 7-day, Pinnacle of Power. We'll jump onto Pinnacle of Power first. So when you're doing your combat or you're doing your mining, this is what you're going to be getting. But the new addition here is going to be the hazard particles. So as you can see, used in the combat research. So that's going to give you an extra daily drip of what? That's nearly 8,000 in a day. So making sure that you're still doing your Pinnacle of Power, still giving you the cosmic particles as well to make sure that you're finishing off your G5 research as well. I've still got a few bits of G4 research that I've got to finish, but I'll be making my way through all that as we go along. Now these dailies as well, the 12-hour events. Now I'm actually getting near enough double the Latinum. Not exactly double, but give or take 5-10%, but I'm getting a hell of a lot more. We'll say about 90% extra Latinum out of these as well. But as well, these are also paying out the Sigma as well as G6 materials as well. As you can see, I've got the common and the uncommon, but I've got the epic G5 materials as well, so that's a great bonus for me. No tokens on these for the Sigma though. It is just the raw. No, it's not the raw. Sorry, it is the refined resources there. So, but speaking of resources, that's going to segue nicely into the next bit, which is going to be the refinery, because there are also some changes in refinery. Yes, there is a lot of changes in the game for you when it comes to Sigma. Now, independent archives, don't worry too much about that because that's not going to change. But here we go. So as you can see, you've got your materials here. Again, I'm going to be struggling to do these particular ones. Why? Because I don't have the ships to mine out there. If I can get the cell key, we're going to give it a go at the end of the video, see if we can actually get that far. Judging, we won't be relying on Latinum, I'll tell you that much. But you get the materials here. Now, I know you'll be screaming, there is a way for you to get your Latinum should you really want to do it this... not Latinum, sorry. The materials. And that is going into your FKR factions, scrolling right down till you find the G6 materials. That's G5. Here we go, G6. So here in the Federation, you're going to have gas, you've got ore. So they'll give you your primary and your secondary materials to... I've not actually pulled these chests yet. To actually do. So pulling these will allow you to actually... So if we pull... both of these now, and then what we can do is we can show you the refinery and the type of kind of pulls that you could be looking at. If we go to the Klingon as well, we'll get the gas out, we'll get the crystal out of here. We don't have to worry too much. Yes, you can probably buy in fact, I tell you what, let's do it all, right? So we're going to get 120,000 of each. Obviously, this you can only do once a day, where the refinery is still every 10 hours. Actually, I think the refinery is every 10 hours. Ooh, I'm not 100% sure about that one. We'll have to double check that when we actually have a look. So we'll just go to the Romulan, get the G6 materials out of here as well. So there's the ore, and then here's the crystal. No, that's a D-Directives. For anyone who is wondering, that is going to be the next ship I am going to go after. But you know what? I'm not going to break my back to actually get it. I primarily want a third Selkie. As you can see here with the Selkie blueprints. 305 I've got. But here's your cost for the Selkie. It's 1.5 million to actually do the full 150 blueprints. So in total, across all, you can spread the cost through all three factions. I have around about 1 million in total faction credits, so it's not enough for me to go after a third. But the Selkie is not a cheap ship to build, or well, excuse me, it's reasonable to build, but it's not going to be cheap to upgrade. So at the minute, for me, sticking with tier 1, maybe tier 2 is the most I'm going to be able to do. But as you can see from the materials at the top there for the refinery, 120,000 each. Here it is, 60. Yep, so that means I would be able to technically do 2 pulls a day. So doing it that way, yes, it is wasting 120,000 faction credits, but it is what it is, realistically. But anyway, looking at the cost then, so you got 22, 44, and 222. I guarantee you're pretty much going to be getting mostly the bottom ones. So let's pull these. Obviously, I'm going to get the G4 and G5 materials, because I've still got to go through all them. So here we go. So G6 ore, we got 88. So that's nice. So that's 244 chests. In here, we got any G6. Yeah, so we've got G6, crystal, and gas. So 88 across the board on that one. So that looks like that was the middle chest for both of them. Next up is going to be your ship parts. There is a converter as well, by the way. So go check that out. I'm not going to jump in. I'm already making this video long enough as it is. So here we go. We've got all the parts as well. Now, yes, I've got refinery overhaul for the explorers, but that's because obviously I pulled that to try and make the increase the amount of explorer parts I was pulling. Realistically, starting with that right now for me, that's going to work nicely, working towards that Enterprise E when I finally reach level 70, which if we go on the timescale of how long I was in G5 for, yeah, it'll probably be about a year. I'm in G6, maybe a little bit longer, because there is more of a spending element to G6. If you wanted to do it free to play, you're going to have to grind. So, but moving on, obviously, as you can see as well, some of the hazard particles, should you really want to, you can bring them in here, gaining yourself some extra parts as well, both common and uncommon parts. So it's nice the fact they're throwing them in from the get-go. But here's also the standard one as well for the broken parts. Again, common and uncommon to actually to boot. Now, the one thing is as well, you can set these up on the bulk refine should you want to. But I'm not going to right now. So I'll do that a little bit later on. I don't know why I've just come out of there, because I still need the refinery, because yes, there's still more to show you. There is still more to show you. Continuing then, so moving into here then, what you'll find as well here in the materials is you will get the G6 material, G6 commons, no, sorry, uncommons in here, I believe, or no, I think you might actually get the commons in there as well. The G6 commons, I pulled this one not realising I was actually going to be able to get G6 out of here. I thought I had to be Mark 3 for that one. But you'll also get Sigma resources coming out of these particular two, the Type 03 and the polygons as well. So making sure that you're actually doing them as well. Right, so next up then is going to be this one. It's going to be the Sigma resources. This will access, excuse me a second. So here we go. So now I can actually see my screen properly. It's not as dark. Here is where you're going to be able to convert raw Sigma resources into refined Sigma resources. So here it is RNG based, but this is basically mining, going after that. Yes, you can rely on your generators if you want, but pretty much like there was in the beginning of the game, they're not much use. They're not going to give, they don't hold enough to actually do your buildings. So, but obviously you'll be refining it's actually the refined resources you want rather than the raw resources. So realistically, yeah, you could actually build up enough just to do pulls. I'm not quite sure if that's actually viable, but we shall see. So it's like here, it's RNG based, so 2 chests. Let's pull this, see what we're going to get on this one. 34, okay, not particularly too bad, not exactly high numbers, but there we go. Now next up is going to be these ones. This is your resources. As you can see, the cost of these 2.4 trillion just for a single chest. I'm getting 4,800 in the power steel. In the titanium side of things, yeah, again, it is what it is. So, but the one thing is, it will help you get through your resources as well. So here you go, another one. Again, I will put these on the bulk refine so I can just bulk refine them, but it's guaranteed pulls, and I probably will go straight up to the 10 chests because it will get through all these resources. Now, one thing as well, when you do go into G6, when it comes to base raiding, make sure you've got a healthy supply of standard resources, because you're going to need them as a defense, because when it comes to raiding, they get rid of the normal resources before they gain access to the Sigma. So now as well, you can also trade down should you really want to. I would not recommend sticking this on the bulk refine. I won't, but as you can see, 19,000 refined power steel to get 1 trillion standard power steel. This one I would probably recommend keeping it for as and when you actually need to use this stuff. I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, the ships are going to, in G6 are going to cost Sigma. So there we go. But there you go. So that's all that one. So I will deal with that one later on. Next up is going to be Isomatter. Yes, Isomatter, Eviscerator changes and gets rid of the G4. Completely gets rid of the G4 and then changes it to G6. Bearing in mind, I've not upgraded my Eviscerator in a couple of weeks. So realistically, G6 is literally added this, but sadly, I do need to go out and actually farm out some loot for these as well. Also, moving further along into this particular chest, you'll see you've got G6 common materials, you've got Sigma resources and Sigma speed ups. Guess what? I'm going to pull this one right now because I do have the loot for this one. And here we go. So that's going to give me some Sigma resources. And yeah, okay. It doesn't seem very high, but it will do. So that's, what's that, 5? So that's 60. That's 75 minutes in one. And 50, 75, 80 minutes in the other. Wow. Not exactly big numbers, but they are what they are. So, and that's it for the refinery. So one more place to go, and that's going to be here in the gift section, because we all like to know about these 7 idiot, supposed to click on the box, not there. But anyway, moving along here to this is the loyalty chest, 7-day. The Latinum has increased exponentially as well, but what you'll find as well, you're going to be getting G6 common and uncommon materials. And if you scroll a bit further down as well, you're going to get some of the Sigma speed ups as well. So the hour ones are a little bit more valuable. Moving into the 30-day chest, again, an increase 100,000 Latinum. Who wouldn't want that? Again, materials and Sigma speed ups as well. So that's all them. There was one other thing I also wanted to point out in the gift section, in the gifts, but you don't want to be in that chest. You want to be in this particular one, I believe it is. Nope. Is it in this one? Nope. Must have been in here then. Oh, it was in this one. Uncommon Galactic Directives. As you can see, I've got 17 minutes. It is a 22-hour cooldown, and you're going to get 300 uncommon solo armadas, which actually is... Oh, I am so sorry. I am going to do this, which will circle into the next thing. Yes, it will be displayed again later on, but in another video. But is the solo armada directive packs. They're quite reasonable, but this is where you're also going to gain the directives for the next grade as well. So as you can see here, solo ones guaranteed 35. No more RNG on the directives. You're guaranteed these ones. But as you can see as well, you're getting G5 materials, G6 materials, parts for the G5 and G6, more Sigma speed ups, more resources, more hazard particles, and also rare hazard particles. So we're going to have them, and a chance to get some galactic acclaims, so increasing the hull health of your ships. That's the uncommon. Again, we'll look at these a little bit more when we actually run these ones and we get a chance to actually pull the chest. You can see the cost across the bottom as well. But again, here, this has got the epic directives in, more materials, more parts, more speed ups, more faction credits, more particles, more claims. So they do get bigger and bigger. So these chests are ideal. No more directives in the epics. So it is literally the only thing missing, but everything else is pretty much the same. So, but again, it is all under RNG. So what you'll actually get out of these is God only knows. But looking at the Sigma speed ups you're going to get in this epic, 72 1-hour speed ups. Hey, 24 3-hour speed ups, 9 8-hour speed ups. That's not bad. Or 3 1-day speed ups. So getting the opportunity for them is not particularly too bad. But the first one I will be going after is this particular chest. What kind of a loot payout I expect to see, I'm not really sure. But again, this is paying me out in the 1 hours, 3 hours, and there's a 5-hour there as well. But they're not high numbers, they're only singular. So would I be looking at the single chest? Realistically, no. If I wanted a good chance to pull a maximum of 15 hours, I'd have to go for the 3 chests, which means a lot of runs. But what the cooldown timer is, I do not know. Obviously, I'm sure somebody's going to drop it in. But again, we'll see that in the next video, which will be released at some point within the next week. It's not going to be straight away because I need to get my head around the systems, the solo armadas, and everything else. And I also need to pull some more screenshots off the live stream. But anyway, so that is G6. A lot of changes in the game. A lot of changes. But make sure you're ready to go up. Like I said, I've got an issue when it's going to come to mining materials. C'est la vie. But now, I did promise you towards the end of the video was going to go looking at... Oh, I don't think I've covered this bit. I can't remember if I don't think I've actually done this yet. No, I covered the events, but I didn't cover the event. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. I did it in take 1. So in here, you're going to have straight away. This is mid-battle pass. Mid-battle pass. I've now changed to add in G6 materials. So, yeah. Materials and the Sigma resources as well. So giving me some more of them. And then if you look in the 2 side of things, an increased amount as well. So yeah, that 3,000 I've got some more to come today after I do the Voyager event. So the battle pass, hang on, is Voyager into it today? I can't remember. Let's have a quick gander. So have a look at the events. Oh yeah, it is. So after I've been out and sent Voyager out, dealt with these, I will then be able to claim more of them, and yeah, and be able to do some more. But let's see what we can do right now, because bearing in mind I don't have enough in Latinum, I don't have enough in speed ups, so let's have a gander. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, because this is where I'm going to have the problem. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. 31 days to actually do this, but then I've still got the generator B to do, and then I've got the vault to do before I can actually move on to the R&D. So realistically then, I'm not going to go off and spend valuable speed ups and Latinum just to upgrade this and get it moving forward. So I can actually access those researches. At the minute, my ships are holding their own. Well, the Enterprise D that I've got is holding its own in those systems. But again, we'll take a look at that later on when I do the actual G6 space video. But until then, thank you for joining me. If you did find this video informative and quite eye-opening, because even I was not expecting the daily changes. I was not expecting the event store to change mid-battle pass. The dailies, they changed straight away. Now, there is also a video footage. As soon as you click collect on 61, you're going to get 5 Selkie blueprints, 1 million Latinum, a 7-day shield, and oh my god, I can't remember what the final one is. Hopefully I'll put the screenshot up for you. But there is a video footage. Lube was kind enough to let me screen record it off his video from a year ago. Downside is there was no no sound. I wanted the sound with it, because sadly my live stream buffered at that particular point, which was really annoying, and I didn't realise it for 10 minutes. So, but anyway, so there is a video to watch as you go into G6, so do enjoy that video. It's basically about, you're no longer fighting each other, you're now working together, all 3 factions. So, but it does show the faction ships that you've got coming as well in that video, and the hazard systems. So, I hope the video was informative. I hope you've picked something up from here, and also please think about how you're going to get around G6 space. Pre-G5, pre-G6, there is only one ship you will have in your roster that can get around 90% of G6 space, and that's this thing maxed out. I mean, if I show you its warp range right now, yes, I know, I will be finishing the video shortly. 1500. Put the warp range crew on there. TOS Scotty as captain, Cadet Scotty, and Grush, and I can reach level 70 systems. There's only one system at the end of the line I cannot reach with this thing. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But I'll be able to open up most of G6, and I will be doing that. I've got a shed load of missions to go through, so that's going to keep me occupied for a little bit. But yeah, when it comes to mining, think about how are you going to get your miners into G6. Discovery and Eviscerator are good, but you are going to need them leveled. For the Discovery, you are going to need that piece of research in the Starship's tree. You are going to need it. There's no questions about it. But anyway, I will end it there. Thank you for joining me. I'm Admiral Pegasus. This has been the opener to G6. I might actually have some fun with the game now for a little bit. Stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye.